This is Blaine White from Steam Hollow Brewing Company, and you're listening to this freaking show.
What's up, everybody? I am Travis, and welcome to another episode of This Freakin' Show, the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. I'm here solo. We have, this show as a whole has pretty much been on a hiatus since about June of this year. My fault, definitely 100% on me. And, I'm not really sure where this show is going or what direction it is going into, but for the time being, this freaking show will be hosted by Travesty. Awkward Colin and Geekcash Joe are off doing, whatever they need to do for their lives. I'm not really sure. We haven't really been able to come to some sort of agreement or compromise on where we need to be for this show in order to keep it going. So, I've been trying for about a month now to get the show back up and running, and finally I just decided that maybe it's this time I get it going, even if it means doing it by myself. So, a little background on where I've been for the last July, August, September, October, last 4 months, give or take. From this aspect of this podcast, I have done a couple shows for JFW, the wrestling podcast that I co-host with Dizzle J, and I guest spotted on a couple of podcasts since this show kind of took a little break. 2018 has been a weird year for me. I started my my weight loss journey that I mentioned a lot over the course of this year on previous episodes. And it's gone very, very well from January up until May. So well, I mean, so much better than I thought, anticipated. I set ridiculous goals to drop 20 pounds a month, to hit that 100 mark by the time my birthday hit at the end of May. I didn't hit those goals, but I was on track pretty well up until about March. And May came around, and I got off my diet pretty hardcore, especially around time for my birthday. And I told myself, regardless of what I did for my birthday, food-wise, eating and everything, especially the things off my diet I wasn't supposed to, that I would definitely get back on track with it and improve and continue to move forward with everything. And unfortunately, I did not do that as well as I hoped. To date, I honestly don't. I think I'm still roughly around 55, 58 pounds down for this year, which is still a good weight loss achievement. I do believe, especially since I've spent the last 6 years of my life trying to find a good diet that helped me lose weight, and I just haven't found it till I tried keto. A lot of people don't think it's a great diet. A lot of people have a lot of negative feedback on it. They may be right, they may be wrong, but the point is it's working for me, and I have 100% faith in the diet when I do follow through and move forward with it. Now, from about the time I turned 29, which is ironic how as soon as the birthday happened, everything kind of honestly crumbled for the year. I pretty much just gave up on the diet altogether. I gave up on a lot of things. Podcasting, I took a break from, which was my choice. And that was probably one of the hardest things I had to do, was sit here and tell my co-hosts of two different shows that, with the personal shit going on in my life, I can't bring that energy and that excitement to podcasting like I need to in order for the show to be good. They understood, they respected my decision and everything, and I appreciated greatly that they felt that they didn't want to move forward into the shows without me, even though I told them 100% like, listen, I don't want you to stop the show. I want you to keep going with it. I want you to, keep the show alive. But they didn't want to do it without me, and I appreciate the hell out of it for that. Um, I did a journal entry thing on WordPress, This Freakin Journey, which you can actually find if you wanted to search WordPress and just search This Freakin Journey. I tried focusing on that a lot because I always felt that when you sit there and you write out the things that you want to be accountable for, it keeps you accountable, logically, right? So I took a break from that as well, which to be honest with you, I didn't miss it that much because after a while, trying to think of things to talk about got very few and far between. But people loved it. I could never imagine the feedback I got that I did from people I never talked to, people I rarely talked to, saying that what I wrote and everything, opening up about my life, both on some situations in my past where me being overweight, heavyset, obese, fat, whatever you want to call it, affected me. And people were very supportive of that, and they said that there were people who actually told me that my stories and everything kind of helped them and motivated them to go back into a weight loss goals of their own. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I kind of felt like I betrayed or abandoned people when I decided not to do them anymore. A lot of fucked up relationship things happened too, which is crazy. But I'm not gonna dive too much into that because that's a situation that doesn't need to be talked about. It happened, it is what it is. But the biggest thing that really affected me was I just didn't have the ambition or the drive to do the diet anymore. I just got complacent, lazy about it, which sucks because I spent my whole life being completely lazy when it comes to my health and to become a better person as far as fitness and becoming fit, becoming more healthy in a way. But 2018, I decided that I wanted to do something different because I started to realize that as I get older, and as many people could agree, the older you get, the harder it is to lose weight and everything like that. I didn't want to get to that point in my life where the weight wouldn't ever leave, and I also didn't want to be that person who ended up passing away at a young age because of the poor choices I made. I honestly believe 100% that a cupcake isn't worth losing years on your life because you can't have self-control. So, so the diet kind of took a back seat to life because I decided and made choices that it's easier for me to admit failure than trying to face it and trying to recover from it. But luckily, somehow I can't explain why. Just really, my mindset completely changed. Everything got better. And I decided I'm going to focus back into everything that I lost during the summer to kind of rebuild my life and everything. And I think podcasting is going to be a great help to that. Doing the podcast with Jay over on JFW is really cool to do because it's something that we created, and it kind of like pulls me away from what reality really is and puts me into this Travis T character that I love to have, which really there's no difference between Travis the guy and Travis T the podcast host, but there's a little bit of difference, but all in all it's the same kind of person. But it's just kind of cool because it gets you to escape. And I think that's why I've always been a big fan of professional wrestling because when you look at professional wrestling, there's these wrestling characters, there's these guys, they have these personalities, these larger than life personalities. They're able to express yourself, in such a broad way that it doesn't really matter who or what is watching because, deep down you're doing something you love and something you enjoy. And that's what podcasting is to me. It's kind of a gateway for me to kind of escape reality for a moment and, be a personality that people would take time to sit out and listen to for an hour and shit a week. But for the time being, as I host this show on my own and everything, like I said, I don't know how well this is going to work. I have people tell me that if anyone could host a podcast on their own, it'd be me. So I'm going to take their advice, give it a shot. These shows aren't going to be an hour long because I don't even want to hear myself for a fucking hour. I don't want you guys to sit through it either. So I'm going to cut back to about 30 minutes. I am going to do my best to get guests and stuff on these shows and everything to kind of have a little help here and there, so that it's not just me babbling on for God knows how long. And I'm also going to, continue to do some of the segments and stuff we have on here. The Follow Your Star Award that Cartoon Joe, Geekash Joe, really made his own over the last year or so. So I'm going to continue on with that, do that monthly. I may do it a little bit differently because I always had an idea that the Follow Your Star Award will be more of a recognition of local people and people that we know. Not that I'm saying that the recipients of it that we've had in the past didn't deserve it, whether it be honestly, wholeheartedly, or as a joke. But I'm gonna mix in some people who I feel that are involved in my life, that they definitely deserve it in their ways. I'm not a big movie guy, as mentioned in this show many times. So the awkward flicks probably won't stick around. Maybe if Colin comes back, he could kind of take that back again, but that ain't really me. I'm going to think of some other segments that we could do on the show to kind of keep it going and kind of keep it entertaining for you guys. Also going to mention the sponsors that we do have, and surprisingly, we still happen to have sponsors even for being gone for 4 months. So, real quick shout out to our sponsors, Firepit Bar and Grill of Peotone, Illinois. Great restaurant. I've been there many times over the last 4 months, enjoying time out with friends and everything, enjoying some of the great food that I couldn't during my journey, like their burgers and beer. They get every Monday and Wednesday for just $7.99. They also have monthly specials on food and stuff like that. Pierogies, right now during October, they have Oktoberfest menu that goes the entire month, so you should get a schnitzel. Delicious, very good. And this past Sunday was the last non-keto meal that I would be having at Firepit. Luckily, they do have salad options that are keto-friendly that I'd be able to still enjoy while going there. And, of course, my Tito's and water with a lemon and lime is my drink of choice that I could have there like I have every Sunday for the last 3 months. So if you're ever in the Peotone area and you want to try a down-home country restaurant that offers a burger and beer for just $7.99 every Monday and Wednesday, check out the Firepit Bar and Grill Peotone. You can find them at Facebook at Firepit Bar or at their website, firepitbar.com. Also, we still are sponsored by wearedepperties.com. Now, if you're the kind of person that likes a high-quality bow tie, but you don't want to pay the price that some stores really do, you could purchase a great tie for a great deal. Just go to wearedepperties.com, use the promo code Freakin, and you'll save a little change there on your checkout. And also it kind of helps out, kicks a little back to the podcast and kind of helps us grow, because now as I sit here as one lonely person doing a podcast on his own, it may get a little pricey, but you know what? If this continues to grow, if you guys still enjoy it with just me here, then I'll keep going with it. I'm going to focus a lot on the website that we kind of let kind of go away to the wayside. Focus on the Facebook, the Twitter, and Instagram again, as always. This freaking show. You can definitely find us on all those social media websites, apps, whatever the fuck you want to call them. I'm definitely want to dive back into the podcasting thing all over again, because I feel it's fun to do. So why the hell not, right? Oh, jeez. You ever sit there and think, like, what the hell can you talk about for half an hour? And here I am, only 14 minutes in, and I think I've said everything I wanted to say. It's fucking nuts, man. Oh, man. I wish I had someone to talk to on this show. As a guest, really. Fuck. But luckily, the amazing fans I have out there, when you guys listen to this, and if you decide you want to come on my show and everything, you're more than welcome to. This is not my opportunity to invite people into my world. If we've interviewed so many people over the years when it comes to musicians, comic book creators, cosplayers, game creators, so many people. And you know what, I'm gonna look forward to bringing some of those back, especially some new people. I've been trying to work with getting a few other cosplayers back on the show. We just never really got anything scheduled and everything, but um trying to get everything back together. Just it's kind of like a rebuild, pretty much. It's just like we're starting at the bottom all over again here. We're gonna build it back up. I'm gonna be doing this for you guys. A little bit of me, but mostly for you, because I think you guys really enjoy listening to Travesty talk. I mean, a lot of people do. Most of the time, it's drunk or non-sober, if you will. Rambles and babbles and bullshit and stuff like that. But I do think that when the time comes when I have sobriety or sober, if you will, I still say some things that really, they make sense. But you can't really sit there and have a conversation with yourself nonstop for 30 minutes a week without it kind of getting boring and shit like that. And I don't want to sit here and I don't want to talk about news articles and what's happening, in the world today, because that's what your Facebook feeds are for. That's what the news is for and shit like that. And, ever since this started from day one, the biggest things that we do avoid is religion, is politics, and stuff like that, because we want to stay away from that. And I'm going to continue to stay away from those things because it's not things that I want to talk about. Because if you want to hear things about that, there are other podcasts out there to talk about politics. There's TV, there's YouTube, there's Facebook and stuff like that. You can find all the information there because I have no opinion on politics whatsoever. I'm a religious person, but I'm not going to sit there and talk about religion either because no one wants to sit here and listen to me talk about God. As much as I love Jesus, I'm not going to sit here and tell you why he's the best because that's a choice you got to make for yourselves. Anyways, real quick, also what I want to do, it's not even like real quick because I got all the time in the fucking world because I'm the only one here. I want to give a quick shout out to a couple of podcasters and everything who kind of help keep me motivated and help keep me moving forward in this. And that's Fear from Fifth Cast and Fearcast, Clint from excuse me, Clint from Geek Dig Pod, and of course Mandy from Little Geek Lost. It's really cool how because of podcasting I met these amazing people, and it's awesome how even when not podcasting I can still keep in touch with them and still kind of talk with them and everything. I actually went back and listened to a lot of the episodes that I guest spotted with them, and it's just kind of cool how, like I sit there and I've never met any of these people in person. I've just met them like within recent years. We rarely talk and everything, but when we can sit there on one of their shows and just talk about whatever for hours, it's an amazing feeling. And I do consider them friends. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate everything you've done for me as far as moral support and encouragement to keep going, regardless if it is by myself or not. I mean, you guys have done shows on your own in the past, and you fucking nail it. So I'm hoping that I can live up to those expectations, and maybe become, a podcaster that has the ability to go independent, just like you guys have done before. Because you guys inspired me. It's like I've told Fear, like, he's the reason I started even podcasting, because listening to him, along with Razor and MDI on Fifth Cast, it was definitely one of those moments that I felt that this is something I want to do because they make it seem so much fun. And I don't know, it's just thanks, guys. I could ramble on and on about how much I appreciate you guys, but I really don't want to do that, even though I probably should, because I got to fill like almost like 12 more minutes of fucking airtime, and this is fucking crazy. How the fuck do people do this shit, man? I mean, I guess in hindsight, I could always like throw in like the intros and outros and plugs and stuff like that, and that'll probably take up a good 45 seconds and shit like that. But no, this is what I'm gonna do now. I'm probably gonna find better things to do. Trust me. I'm not gonna put out shows that are gonna be like this, me rambling on and trying to explain how things are gonna work every single fucking week. But I'm gonna do this weekly, regardless of what it is, regardless of how long it's gonna be. I am gonna put out some kind of content every single week. I'm gonna work on getting guests together. The biggest thing that bums me out about 2018 when it comes to podcasting is I completely missed this freaky show, which is our annual Halloween themed month-long October shows, where you had the Freak Joe that returned to read a story. We talked about Halloween. We had Fear on to talk about spooky and scary things. Like last year, we did the Halloween rankings and everything, which was really fun. We had the creator of horror short scary novels on. It's just so much fun on this freaky show, which is one of my favorite things that ever came out of doing this freaking show. So I missed it this year, but hopefully next year we have it back. And whether it's me and Awkward Colin and Geekish Joe, only time will tell, obviously, right? But like I said, I mean, I'm open to having anyone on the show, even if it's just, to have a 30-minute chat about life and everything. I'm totally up for it because I like talking to people. I like meeting new people. And I really just want to make this show. It's kind of like when, again, it's like talking about JFW. We create this show for you guys. We don't create it for us. We try to create it for the content you guys want to hear about, as far as it comes to wrestling. But on this, it's a little bit different because this isn't based on one topic, one subject, one genre. This is supposed to cover, everything in the world that is fun to know about. Movies, music, games, that fucking, what's that word for pop culture? There you go. It's supposed to cover a lot of it, and I'm open to keep doing that. And I will, and I will kind of like, you guys don't know because I haven't fucking said it yet. What the hell is wrong with me? This will be better, I promise. I'm going to continue to do that. If I go and see a movie, I'll give a recommendation on it and tell you guys how I like it. If I go see a band play or something like that, I'll recommend it and tell you guys. One of the best bands around, and I'm not saying it's just because they do our theme song, but Ripley Street, I saw them this past summer in July. Absolutely amazing. It was fun to do. I was hoping to get them on to interview them for this year, and unfortunately that didn't work out just because of the hiatus we were on, so I'm hoping to get them on next year. I'm going to try getting Super Casey back. I know a lot of people loved having her on the show. Other cosplayers, Night Mage, who was on, I want to get him back on, and then a couple other new ones that I was talking with that I hope to get back on here shortly too. Which it's really difficult to get those set up because of how busy their schedules are, which great for them, not so good for me. But we'll get that worked out. Get some returning guests. I bumped into Joe. If you remember Joe from way back in season 1, when he came on to talk about Marvel and everything, I talked to him for a little bit. He actually was one of the guys who was wondering what happened to my podcast and kind of like gave me a kick in the pants, if you will, to get going again. So maybe I'll have him come on, talk about a little more Marvel and stuff like that. And obviously, Clint's going to come back on. Fear's going to come back on. I'm going to get Mandy to come on because I kind of owe her for, having me on her show, which she didn't have to do, but she did it. I kind of owe her that to have her come on here. And hopefully with these people coming back to the show, it'll make the show so much better than what I'm seeing and offering to you guys right now. But if you guys, like I said, if you have any topics or any suggestions, if you guys have any questions and stuff like that you want to ask me, just use the hashtag Freakin saying on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. This is gonna be an open platform kind of thing. Like I'm gonna be an open book about it. If you guys have any like curious questions or suggestions on like movies I should see, music I should listen to, I just anything, like really just get involved with me. If you have any ideas, if you think what I could do to make this show better, if if you guys have an idea for like a game or a subject or something I could do on this show that you'd be like, hey, it'd be really cool if you did this on the podcast, let me know and I'll give it a shot, because this freaking show was created to. I mean, for the biggest thing, it was created to bring four people together so they can maintain like a good friendship, and that's me, Joey, Colin, and of course my buddy Derek, who does the editing on this. Which props to Derek for still offering to record and edit, or I'm sorry, not record, to edit the show. Even though like it's kind of like in a weird phase right now, but he flat out told me just let him know when the show's ready, and when it's uploaded, he'll edit it for me and stuff like that. So, thank you, Derek, for sticking with me on this and everything. I greatly appreciate that. I don't know if I ever mentioned Derek to you guys, but me and Derek have been friends pretty much since birth. My birthday's in May, his is in April. We're born the same year, got a month apart, so we've known each other since birth. He has always been there. Even though he doesn't live around here too much anymore, he lives more down south now, and he's living his life and everything. We still keep in touch. We still talk from time to time when he does answer his phone, because for some reason, his phone fucking rings, but never gets picked up. Don't know how that works, but hey, whatever. But it's cool that he's still part of this. So props to him. Thank you to Ripley Street for still doing the theme song for the show. And I guess as closing the show out and everything, we always used to do the where you freaking on concept of the end and everything. I'm gonna continue to do that if I can talk properly. I'm gonna continue to do that, but I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I'm gonna call what I'm freaking thinking, and it's just gonna be kind of like what I'm thinking about for this week and everything going into it. And I'll just give you guys an idea of a plan for me and where I'm going to be. But what I'm freaking thinking this week is with me being out keto, or ketosis, if you will, and everything off my diet for so long and getting back into it, I'm going to jumpstart it through a mimicking diet that I read about, which basically it's almost fasting, but at the same time, it's more of like a minimum eating diet where you're going to consist of pretty much just avocados and this green mixed drink. And I'm going to do it for 5 days. A lot of people think it's going to be very unhealthy. It's not going to be the right choice and everything. But you know what? I didn't think keto was going to be a good thing or a good idea and everything until I tried it, and it turned out to be a successful thing. Now, luckily, it's only a 5-day thing, and I have to do once. It's basically going to jumpstart my body back into keto and everything, and I should be back on track with my weight loss goals and get that beach body back, not back at all, period. So I'm going to give it a shot, and if for some reason, day 2, day 3 comes around and it's just not working, then I will stop it and everything. I'm not going to sit there and put my life in danger to try to lose weight, because the whole point of eating right is to be healthy, and I can't be healthy if I'm sitting there doing things that are going to eventually harm me. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to see how it goes. I'll keep you guys updated on that. If you guys want to know more about my diet, about my journey and stuff like that, you can follow my my journal. It's on WordPress. I also link it on my Facebook every single time I post on it. And I'm looking forward to doing that weekly now to stay committed to it. But if you just search This Freakin' Journey at WordPress, it'll pop right up and you can read it. Make sure you guys stay involved through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at This Freakin' Show. Keep in touch with us. Use the hashtag Freakin' Saying so I can reach out to you guys. And I'll give shout outs to you if you use the hashtag and you just post something on there. Good or bad, I don't care. I'm fine with, constructive criticism. If you guys say, hey, Travis, you kind of fucking suck on your own, I'm okay with that. I've heard worse. I will be a big boy and I'll take care of that. But yeah, so just make sure you follow us on Facebook at This Freakin' Show. Go to Instagram, go to Twitter, This Freakin' Show. You can find this podcast starting every single week on Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and also on Spotify, which I'm really proud that we have hit Spotify, which is an absolutely amazing achievement for this show. The website's posted. I gotta get the domain and everything fixed and all that, which again, it's gonna cost some money. So until I get the money together to do that, It ain't gonna work, but I can't link it. The new generic word site or fucking site builder, fucking website URL. But there's gonna be you just go to it. The website looks exactly the same. You can see all the guests we had in the past and everything. And you know what? If you guys have a request to have a returning guest, let me know, and I'll bust my ass to get them back on the show. Because if there's somebody that you feel like, hey, I really want so and so to come back, let me know. I'll reach out to them. I'll get something set up. I'll have them come on, and I'll make it happen for you guys. Because hey, this show thrives with you guys, and if you guys can tell me what works for you, I'll make sure it works for the show. So, as always, I am Travesty. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of this freaking show. I'm out.